What's going on, guys? My name is Aldenero and welcome to episode 14 of my Leicester City career mode. We're starting this episode off with a game against Hull City, and as you can see from the snapshot of the league table right there on the screen, this is a 6-pointer. This is going to be a very important game in our season, and we need an imminent return to winning ways because our form has been dire lately. But I don't have a question for you guys at the start of this episode, but what I do want to say is that the season's nearly over. I think we're only about 4 episodes, I reckon, from the end of the series now. Well, not the series, but this season. I'm going to continue this series into a season 2 because I really do want to complete this project and lay down a really good blueprint for a Leicester City team who can compete in the league. But yeah, my thing that I want you to comment basically is who should I sign? Who should I sign in pre-season before season 2? As you see, Sagbo gives Hull the lead in the 11th minute, which was really annoying. We got a corner almost immediately after though, and Cambiasso let off a nice volley, but it was saved by the goalkeeper. With regards to the signings, right, I have a list of players who I think I'm going to sign. I've got it written down, and a lot of them are sort of young English players that I feel will have a high potential, because I think that's the way to go about doing it. And in all honesty, that's how Leicester City seem to purchase players in real life. Like, if you look at the likes of say Matty James and Liam Moore and players of that caliber in their team, that is what they seem to be all about, is getting in younger players and letting them grow at Leicester. Not all the time, like obviously they don't do it all the time, like not with Dave Nugent and players like that, but you know what I mean, like that seems to be their policy, and that's pretty cool. But we got an equaliser in the 50th minute through Dwight Gale as he gets his 2nd goal in a Leicester City jersey, making him our highest active goal scorer in the team, I think, apart from, well, Dave Nugent is out injured at the moment anyway, but he was in a great run of form before he got injured, but now Gale has taken over and he gets the 2nd goal in I think 3 games in a Leicester City jersey, which is pretty decent. As then you saw Hernandez hit over in the 54th minute, and just before the hour mark Hernandez had a shot that went wide, but we came forward 2 minutes later with Mackay Stephen on the ball, and he's looking for inspiration everywhere. He passes it into Mark Albrighton, who did really well to get into this position, but sadly just dragged his shot wide of the post with his left foot. Chris Wood came on in the final 10 minutes of the game, and we were looking for any kind of performance from him really, as Drinkwater plays the ball to him. He looks up and gets round Chester pretty well before shooting straight at the goalkeeper. And I think I've noticed with this game, as we end with a 1-1 draw, to get those shots across the face of the goalkeeper and into the far corner of the net that you used to do in FIFA 14, you basically just need a striker who's of the highest quality. I think a Falcao or a Lewandowski or a player like that would be able to do it. But we ended that game, as I said, with a 1-1 draw, which is not really ideal, but we'll take it. We need all the points we can get, especially when our next game is against Chelsea. This is at the King Power Stadium. We did pick up an amazing, unexpected victory at Stamford Bridge earlier on in the season, but the difficulty is set on legendary now. So we got that win on world class, sadly enough. But Chelsea's form had dipped at that time. Like, they were playing really badly in the league. As you see, Schürrle giving them the lead in the 7th minute. Obviously, since then, their form has gotten a lot better, and they are actually competing for a top 4 place in the league right now. But in the 9th minute, Dwight Gale got put in through on goal as has Boateng chasing him. He gets his shot off, but sadly, it just went beyond that far post and didn't manage to go into the back of the net. Then in the 20th minute, it was Chelsea's turn to attack with Nemanja Matic playing it into Drogba, who lays it off for Willian, but the Brazilian striker was saved. The Brazilian strike was saved by... That was so weird because I said Willian the Brazilian. Has anyone ever called him that? That's such a great nickname. But just past the half-hour mark, Dwight Gale had another shot on goal, and he was really lively in this game. Like, I've been really impressed with him so far. I'm glad that I signed him. And then Drogba had a shot 5 minutes later, which thankfully was saved. Chelsea came on the offensive again, and we tried to get some kind of a counter-attack going as a result of it, but it wasn't to be. And look at the pace at which they're passing it through our defence right here. It's just blistering. It's shocking. It's really, really difficult to defend and play against. Then up to the hour mark, Matic is on the ball. He plays it through to Willian the Brazilian, who approaches goal and plays it into Didier Drogba, who just turns his defender really well before left-footed shotting it into the back of the net. Left foot shotting it. This has been such a poor commentary. I'm so sorry. But yeah, Drogba makes it 2-0 there on the hour mark, which was quite annoying. But I did bring on Jack Grealish, who did actually show himself to be quite a lively player in midfield, as he takes it round Willian the Brazilian and gets round Ramirez as well with the roulette. and then does like a ball roll or a scoop turn or whatever that thing is called, and then getting a shot off. But he was actually fouled at the time, and it went for a free kick for Paul Konchesky to take, and the left back came very close to scoring a deflected shot just then. But the real point of that was to show you that I think Jack Grealish is going to be a really good player for us, and I'm quite excited by the signing of him. Here's another moment with him on the ball as he receives it from Dave Nugent and gets into a decent position. It's just the dribbling ability that he has is only going to improve, and that's exciting for me because I think pace and dribbling are very, very important in this game, and Jack Grealish I think will have an abundance of both, combined with some agility, you know, 4-star skills. It's all just good stuff that he's got going on. Then we take a look at the league table. We're in 15th place, and every team below us has either 1 or 2 games in hand, so it's not really looking good, but they are the teams below us, and as a result of that I expect them to lose a lot of games. I don't expect them to be able to leapfrog us as easily as it may seem, but I really would love to get some kind of consistent run going before the end of the season, because I think I'm a little bit afraid of getting sacked, because I asked the board for more money and I said, if you give me more money I'll finish mid-table, and that doesn't really look like it's going to happen now. It looks like we're going to finish around 15th or 16th, and I think you have to finish in a minimum of 14th position in order for it to qualify as a mid-table finish. By the way, this is a second squad report in 2 matches, but we actually made it through an entire month since then, so that's just the way that it is. If you want to keep an eye on the screen as well for what I mentioned in episode 13 about Gary Mackay-Steven, he hasn't increased in his stats at all. Now Scott Sinclair, Jack Grealish, they haven't either, but they've just signed and that's why. But here's Gary Mackay-Steven, he's still rated 70, there's no pluses on any of his attributes, so I'm guessing that's the potential glitch and I'm going to have to fucking loan him out, which is ridiculous because he's a 24-year-old centre attacking midfielder who is pretty much essential to the foundation of our attack line, and to loan him out is such a ludicrous, I just don't know. But yeah, that's the squad report anyways. Here's a look at the scout report from James Green, my Irish scout who I sent to Ireland. He's come back with a few players here. I sort of said in the last episode that I signed one of them and I wasn't sure which one it was, and that's still true. I signed the guy who can play in every single position, it seems. I honestly, Craig Rogers, I'm pretty sure I signed Craig Rogers. And that was that, so I think he's in the youth academy at the moment. But our next game is away from home at White Hart Lane against Tottenham Hotspur, who did really well against us at the King Power Stadium to pick up the victory. And this time they're lining up with Christian Eriksen, Soldado, they've got Caballos, whatever his name is. But our team has Dwight Gale up front. We're giving Jack Grealish a start, and I think that this front four, Mackay-Steven, Sinclair, Grealish and Gale, is very, very good. And in the 10th minute, Gale got round Chiriches and gets into the box before shooting at the goal. He didn't get it in, but Sinclair got the rebound, chipped it over the keeper, and managed to put us 1-0 in front after 11 minutes. Now this is actually a fairly unprecedented set of circumstances here, because scoring the first goal is a thing that we tend to not do in games. In fact, scoring a goal at all is a thing that we tend to not do in games, so I didn't even know how to react with this. I immediately set it to ultra defensive and attempted to play on the counter. But as you can see from Spurs' pressure, it wasn't really going to work that well. But we actually got a really good counter-attack going as Mackay-Steven plays it into Dwight Gale, who gets round Stambouli pretty well before getting into the box and launching his shot. I tried to launch it across the face into the far corner, but the keeper was there to parry it in. It was Vorm, actually, who parried it out for a corner kick. And then in the 34th minute, Tottenham came on the attack as I think it was Paulinho who won that header that came crashing off the crossbar before Schmeichel could even get to it. And then just before half-time, Christian Eriksen comes in. He's got Soldado onside in front of him, who shot first time, and thankfully Kasper Schmeichel was there to make the save. And then in the 53rd minute we came forward with Dwight Gale on the ball. You can see the immediate impact that Dwight Gale has had on the team. He has the pace to get in behind defenders, and he has the dribbling ability to get round defenders, and he offers us something that no other striker we've had has offered us, apart from maybe Jeffrey Schlupp when I've played him in that position. But Spurs did get their equaliser just after the hour mark as a result of some diabolical defending from us, and it was a deserved goal, like, to concede. Like, we didn't deserve to go on and win with defending that bad. But in the 90th minute the ball came to Powell on the edge of the area, and his volley was saved by Vorm, and nobody could get onto the rebound. Jack Grealish was knackered by that stage because he'd played the entire game, and we ended with a 1-1 draw at White Hart Lane, which in all honesty I would have taken beforehand, because I was going into that game expecting to get absolutely trounced by Tottenham. but I guess luckily enough it didn't work out that way. But as you can see from those stats, we had the majority of possession, or not possession, we had the majority of the shots in the game, and I think we should have done a lot better. But I think there'll come a point where I learn how to finish, and then all the other teams in the league better watch out, because I'll win every game forever and it will be absolutely awesome. But as you can see from the calendar, like from here to April, there's not really a whole lot going on, so we're probably going to have a squad report in the next episode as well. And then I think we're 3 episodes off the end of the series now, or season rather, and then we're gonna go into the next one, and that's the part that I'm really looking forward to, is the pre-season at the start of next season, and just signing all the players and building the team in the way that I want, with hopefully the funds that I want to do. I don't know how much money I'm gonna get. If anyone is actually managing Leicester and you've made it to season 2, can you tell me how much money you got? That would be absolutely awesome. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like, that would be much appreciated. I have been El Dinero. Thanks for watching.